So we're going to see the proper side of Egypt, which I've always wanted to do since a child, to see the history. So we went to Cairo, Luxor, and we went on a cruise to Aswan, and it was fantastic. It was my childhood dream come true, and people were nice, it was safe, and we had a wonderful time seeing all the sights, but we didn't spend long enough in Luxor. So I made friends while I was out here, and I come back and to see Luxor for much longer, because when you're on a cruise ship you're doing the trips very fast and quick, and you waste a lot of time sitting on the boat, which for me was not good. I like to be on land and I like to get the most out of a holiday. So I'd say to people, when you come, yes, the cruise ship's nice, but do get off and explore and arrange private tours away from your company, which can be cheaper, because there's so much in Luxor. I didn't realise there was so much because we booked very fast and didn't fully look at what there exactly is. So when I come back again, I saw much more, the smaller museums and the West Bank and the East Bank, and more sites. So I was very pleased.
How long was that visit?
We spent 12 days. We went to Cairo, but we didn't like Cairo. We had a bad experience in Kakili Market. Yeah, a very bad experience. My daughter was scared out of her life, so we had a spare day and we flew back down to Luxor to spend the day down here with friends we'd met, and to go camel riding and donkey riding.
Yeah, so it was a bad luck for her.
Yeah, she won't go back to Cairo unless she's got a full tour guide with her or an Egyptian person with her to be safe, unfortunately.
It's safe, but maybe she met someone who's not that nice. Yeah.
Not a nice person in the market, and hassle, too much hustle, and many tourists cannot cope with hustle, because when they've been working so hard, they come on holiday and the last thing they need is hustle. Yes, they understand you need money, but you've got to respect that they are chilling out, relaxing, and they don't want to fight for prices and fight and haggle.
Yeah.
So
it's just that it's part of Egyptian tradition, hustling and haggling. So they actually offer a high price in the beginning, expecting to have, so the tourists will hustle with them. So they're just ready for him. That's what happens, really.
Yeah, but we're in 2004 and Egypt's changing, and maybe the change on the hustle should be less, and more is think about the tourist, and the more softer and nicer approach gets you further and gets you that person to buy.
Yeah, well, because there is a tourism crisis in Egypt, and that's why we're trying to promote tourism, really, and so people are just a little bit getting worried.
No, I don't think there's anything to worry. I lived in London and I grew up when we had IRA bombings. We've had other terrorist bomb attacks and things, muggings and shootings, and Luxor is very safe to walk down the streets, and compared to the rest of the world, it's safe. Yes, they had a problem in 1997, but that's gone. The security's got stricter. The new governor of Luxor is fantastic. A bright future for Luxor if he stays in place, and it's good. And the people of Luxor are trying their hardest. They do not want any trouble, and they want tourists to come back because that's their money, their livelihood, and they're proud of their sites and their hospitality. So I would say to people, come back and explore. Don't leave this beautiful country with no tourists. All these fantastic sites which are here for the whole world to see is so important to come back and to experience and see the Egyptian history and the culture of the people, and it's as safe as any other city. It's no trouble. I went to America and I felt so unsafe in America because they have more guns. Yes, there are guns in Luxor, but they're not guns like in America where you're in a shop and you don't know if you're going to get shot or if you're going to get mugged or your car's going to be hit and you're going to have shoot guns at you. So I've never felt scared in Luxor, and all the times in Sharm el-Sheikh, Cairo, I've been to Cairo myself, and also Hurghada. I've not been, and I travel by myself to and from the airports and in the airports and places, and I think it's safe. Just go on the cruise ships if you're nervous, take a full tour guide and do everything with a tour guide, taxi, pre-arranged, and then you're fine.
So what happened next?
I actually met an Egyptian through a friend, and that's why I've come out here, and I live on East Bank, this side. I'm a town person, so I'm not far from town, and I love it on this side because I can quickly go and see all the temples I like. I like Karnak Temple very much, and I can spend a day there photographing. Not that my photography is very good, but it's getting better. And and I love the Nile. I love to look out the flat and see the Nile, because I used to live near the Thames, and when I moved to Jersey, which is a small island in England, water all around me. So I love the Nile. I love going on the Fluka. Sailing on the Fluka to Aswan is very nice. It's different, totally different. I did that trip, and I've never sailed in my life, but to have the wind in the sails and to sail that way is really nice.
A felucca is a sailing boat that you can take a ride in it, either in Luxor, Aswan, or Cairo, or basically any city that looks over the Nile in Egypt. You can enjoy a felucca ride. It's like half an hour or an hour around the beautiful islands in the Nile.
Yeah, when there's wind, it's fantastic. If not, they row.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's still beautiful, really nice. And you can have lunch on board the Fluka. My husband's a Fluka captain and a taxi driver, so I go quite a bit, yeah.
So you met him, and then what happened?
I went back to Jersey, where I come from, and then come back and forward, talking over the internet, and eventually I got married and come out here to live. So I've been here nearly 2 years, and it's a very different life, because I'm in the village and with a family, Egyptian family, and the women, it's much more stricter. They don't go out by themselves and things. So I've been from London and Jersey. I'm used to going out and doing my own thing, so adapting to that is hard.
So you don't go out?
I go out a little bit, but I mostly go out with family or husbands, because it's just a worry, and my husband worries all the time. And
but it's just his tradition. It's not
tradition. It's not that it's not safe here. It's just tradition, and also to answer to my family if anything happened. Until I'm fully know how to get around, then I can go out by myself. Which I'm learning the streets and the way, and learning to speak a little bit of Egyptian, but not very good.
Tell me something.
La shukran.
She just said no, thank you. It's all right.
I know a little bit. I'm very shy to speak it.
Don't worry about it.
I'm teaching children English, and that's quite good, and the women in the family English, because the men can speak English, so it's the women learning, and they're learning better than me, I think, than my Arabic.
So what do you do daily?
Daily, I actually I go on the internet a lot, because I speak to my family, and been planning a big European trip with my daughter, because she's not coming to Egypt this time. She's going to Europe, and I'm going to Europe with her next week, seeing 5 countries. So I've been doing an itinerary for all that, and internal travel, so I've spent a lot of time doing that recently. But ordinarily I try to mix with the family, see how Egyptian life is, make bread.
Make bread?
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah, it's quite easy. I like to see what it's like, and I look after one of the little babies, 9 months old, and she's learning English good.
Oh, so whose baby?
My sister-in-law's baby.
All right.
Yeah, she spends quite a bit of time with me, and there's many children in the family, so...
So do you have members of your family coming to visit?
My daughter's been out, and she's enjoyed it. My son, he's recently been to Sharm el-Sheikh. Because of the trouble, he didn't come up to Luxor, but they're all hoping to come over once the travel ban is lifted from England, because it's the insurance.
All right, I know that problem.
And also my mum, she's disabled, so it's wheelchair friendly, finding a hotel in Luxor which is wheelchair friendly, and whether you can get in the sites, which this site's easy to get into because there's some smooth bits, and she will be able to experience the beautiful side of Egypt, not just a hotel pool.
All right, so tell me, Janine, if you have a message to tell your friends back home in England, what will it be?
Well, first of all, I'd tell our governors of England, our Foreign Office, to look carefully and think about lifting the ban, because Sharm el-Sheikh has no ban, Hurghada has no ban on travel, and Luxor should be categorised in the same boat as them. And so please lift the ban as soon as possible, because so many people are missing this beautiful part of Egypt who would dearly love to come, but they can't get insurance. Cairo, no, because there is trouble, and I admit that until things settle down there, it's not a place safely to visit.
Not all of Cairo, actually, because I live in Cairo.
Yeah, but it's what people see and perceive, isn't it?
Yeah, but what they see on the news actually is just in a special location or parts, just special 1 or 2 locations only.
I understand where it is, but
Cairo is very big.
Yeah, very big, huge. It's busier than London.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the traffic's mad. In London, traffic's a lot of traffic, but Cairo, the traffic's more.
That's right.
Yeah, but I think if the government can lift the ban on Luxor will help, and then eventually Cairo, step by step.
Exactly.
Say step by step,
Yeah.
a little bit at a time. But please come. It's a wonderful place. You're missing out on the fantastic history, sights and people, and the beautiful weather. Because the English weather's terrible at the moment.
Yeah.
It's all rain and wind.
Yeah, come and enjoy the sunshine, as Janine says. Thank you so much, Janine.
Okay, thank you for having me.
All right, hope to see you again.
And you too.